Hi everybody. Today we will learn another type of reading questions. We will analyze them. We will solve them. And yeah, I think we have done 7 lessons so far, and this one is the next one. So we have gone through. We have looked through main idea questions, specific detail questions, but we have to analyze words in context questions too, because these are one of the hardest questions. And these are the questions that you might solve or you might not solve. You are never sure. You cannot 100% be sure that you can solve them. All right. These are the questions that stop many people from scoring 800, because there are a lot of vocabularies that are really hard, that are really used only a few times. There are words that can be above C2 level maybe, or poetic words. So, words in context questions. There are two types of words in context questions. The first type looks like this. This is the first type. It is gonna ask you which choice completes the text with the most logical and precise word or phrase. And there is gonna be a blank here. Blank. A word here is left out. And you will have four answer choices. You have to choose one of these answer choices so that the text becomes meaningful. The hard part, the difficult part about such questions is that the vocabulary here can differ from A1 level to poetic level, or words that were used in the 1800s or in the 1700s by some Shakespeare or someone. This is the hard part about this is the part that makes such questions hard, and that is why most people fail it. Even though you have, let's say, even though you have memorized like 10,000 words, you might still come across other vocabularies that you have not seen ever in your life. But do not be too afraid, because it might be easy. Sometimes it is difficult. Sometimes it is easy. Usually, on the second module of the reading part, it is hard. But on the first module, the words there are the words that you usually encounter on your tests or on your daily life. So that is the first part of words in context questions. The second the second type of them, yeah, there are two types. The first one is that looks like this, and the second one looks like this. They are pretty similar, but there is this one big difference. So the second type of words in context questions usually ask you, as used in the text, what does the word undergone or some other word most nearly mean? So you will be given a text, and there will be one word that is underlined, and you will have four answer choices. You have to find a word that means the same thing as the underlined word. Right? Here the underlined word is undergone, and we need to find another word that has the same meaning. You might wonder, like, if you know more words, you can solve this, but actually, we cannot, directly choose the synonym of such words, because this word might have been used uh, in some kind of context. You must know the context to answer such questions. So you must have a great reading comprehension skills to answer such questions. And even if you look at here, this text is from 1900s. And in the 1900s, this word probably meant something else. And that is the hard part. That is the difficult part. That is why most people fail such questions. These words can have very different meanings today from the meanings they had before. All right. So Here, undergone may mean something like endured or conveyed or enjoyed, something much different from what you think it is. All right, so now we can analyze some of the first type of words in context questions. I will show you how to do it. I will give you some tips, and I hope that you can have a basic understanding of such questions at the end of this lesson. So here we have must know tips. So the first tip is this is not only a vocabulary question, but also a logic question. So don't focus on the vocabulary itself, but also use your logic. Learn about statement and restatement. A group or pair of words can be restated with one word. Don't read the question prompt. Yeah, by the way, don't read this question. This because it is static. It does not change ever. It is the same thing always. I have never seen another type of I have never seen a question with different words here. Right? It is always the same. And pay attention to fillers. Words like unlike or likely, by no means, by all means, without, and such words. So let's read this first question and see what word is the best fit here. So the Lascau's cave paintings. This Lascau's cave. This is some kind of this is some detail about some kind of cave. This is the name of the cave. So I usually like not saying the name but just saying the initials. So LC paintings. The LC paintings, detailed paintings of animals found in what is now France and dating from around 1700 years ago, are sometimes said to be emotionally powerful. By the way, guys, here this part of the sentence is, if you could look at here, it is here we have two dashes. Yeah, there you call, I think, dashes. And this part is unnecessary information. This part you can read it if you want, but even if you don't read, it doesn't make a big difference, usually. But in such kind of questions, in on the SAT, you should read even these words, but you can left them out if you want. Sometimes, however, they can help you with finding the answer. So the LC paintings, which are detailed paintings of animals found in France and dating from around 1700 years ago, are sometimes said to be emotionally powerful despite their age. But in fact, the paintings are blank precisely because of their age. It is a link of shared humanity with the artists across so many centuries that gives the LC paintings such resonance. So, what the text is saying that there are paintings that date back to 1700 years ago. So they are pretty old, and they are usually mentioned that they are usually it is mentioned that they are emotionally powerful even though they are old, despite their age. But in fact, the paintings are some word here precisely because of their age. So after reading this, I have come to this conclusion that people think they are emotionally powerful even though they are old, but in fact, the paintings are the same thing, emotionally powerful, precisely because of their age. So it's saying that their age does not make them less powerful, but their age is the thing that makes them emotionally powerful. All right? Uh, so we need a word that is synonym to emotionally powerful. Something like this. All right? So let's read the answer choices and see which one of them means the same thing. Ingenious. Ingenious is somebody, or usually somebody that is clever, that is genius, that is very very clever. Meticulous, ingenious is not something that means powerful, emotionally powerful. Meticulous also is something that means careful or carefully. All right. So it is not the word we are looking for. And then, uh, pristine. Pristine means usually something that is fresh, something that is new. And it does not also mean emotionally powerful. Even if you put the word here, the text does not make a sense. And the last answer choice, affecting. Affecting is in some way similar to emotionally powerful. You know, this kind of this is the nearest word. This is the most logical word to complete the text. Now, let's read the text fully and put this word also there. The LC paintings, detailed paintings of animals found in what is now France and dating from around 1700 years ago, are sometimes said to be emotionally powerful despite their age. But in fact, the paintings are affecting precisely because of their age. Yeah, if you read it, if you translate it, it does make sense. So the answer choice D is correct. Now, next question. The question asks the same thing. We have to complete the text with the most logical word or phrase. The text. The Al-Fatah Al-Alim Mosque in the new administrative capital Egypt is a massive mosque that can accommodate approximately 1700,000 people at once. Yeah, 17,000 people at once, making it in blank sight to behold. Behold means seeing something, observing something, looking at something, all right? Uh, and the text is saying that basically this mosque is a massive mosque that can fit 17,000 people at once. And because of this, yeah, this mosque is something, some kind of sight to behold. Sometimes, usually, you might not come up with a word by yourself, all right? And this does not mean you fail, you could not answer the question. Sometimes, if you cannot come up with a word that can fit here, it's not a big deal. You can just read the answer choices and try to find a word that fits here. But overall, this was just a tip for you. In here, we can already see that the main thing here is that the mosque is big, and that is why that because this mosque can accommodate approximately 17,000 people at once, it is a big sight to behold. So the word "big" here would make sense. The word "big" or "large" or something like this would fit here. Now let's look at the answer choices. The first answer choice says idealized. Idealized is something uh, that is that is said to be perfect, but it actually is not. It is something overrated or something like this, kind of near the word overrated. All right. Intricate is something complex, very complicated, but there is nothing about complex or complicated thing in here. You might confuse this massive to intricate, but they are not the same thing. They have very different meanings. Next thing, illusory. Illusory does not make sense here. There is nothing about illusion here. And the last answer choice is D. Imposing. Imposing usually means something beautiful, but sometimes when this word is used with structures or buildings, like mosques, it means something big, something very grand, and something that is very large. So the the word we are trying to find is imposing, because we needed a word that means big or large. All right. So let's read the text by putting the word here. The Al Fattah Al Alim Mosque in the new administrative capital Egypt is a massive mosque that can accommodate approximately 17,000 people at once, making it an imposing sight to behold. Yeah, making it a big sight to behold. I think you all understood the question, you all understood the text, and the reason why we chose this word is, I think, pretty clear to all of you. Now, next question. Uh, so, which choice completes the text with the most logical and precise word or phrase? Some robots, such as S, let me call it S instead of Serena or something. Some robots, such as S and C, feature humanoid characteristics like bipedal locomotion. I don't know what it is, but this is a human characteristic. All right. So some robots, such as N and C, have human-like characteristics like bipedal locomotion, so that people will find it easier to interact with them. So there are some robots with characteristics that are similar to humans, and they help people make interaction easier with robots. While these features can help to blank feelings of comfort in people, a robot that looks too like human can fall into the uncanny valley, meaning that its appearance unintentionally unsettles those who encounter it. So even though some people, even though these features can help to can help to blank feelings of comfort in people, a robot, if it looks too much like human, can have, let's say, just disadvantages. That is the basic summary of the last sentence. So now, after reading this, I came up with a word. I think that a word that means increase or something like this would be the answer here, because if you read the text with putting the word in there, it will make a sense. Let's read. While these features can help to increase feelings of comfort in people, a robot, and so on. All right. So I am looking for a word that means increase or something like this, or another word that also can fit here. The first word here is engender. Engender means to cause something. To cause something. Well, if you put it here, let's read. While these features can help to cause feelings of comfort in people, it can also make a sense. Alright? It can also make sense. Let's just not eliminate this answer choice. Let's just look at these ones and then come again to this word. Next word is constrict. Constrict means limit something. And we need something that means increase. So it is the opposite of what we need. Counterbalance. Counterbalance is countering and balancing something. So it is not the word we are looking for also. And repudiate means to reject something. If we put reject here, it's not gonna make sense. So the only word that can make sense is the word engender. Let's put the word and read the text again. It says some robots, such as S and C, feature humanoid characteristics like bipedal locomotion so that people will find it easier to interact with them. While these features can help to cause or engender feelings of comfort in people, a robot that looks too like human can fall into the uncanny valley, meaning that its appearance unintentionally unsettles those who encounter it. Yeah, I think that makes sense now. This is a logically completed text, I guess. Now, I think my battery is dying here. Yeah, I got 15 minutes or less. So, it was a quick lesson because we didn't have to do much because this is the type of question that does not require too much work from you, but you can make silly mistakes in such types of questions, and there might be some words that you have never seen, some words like sagacity. And by the way, let me give you a tip here at the end of this lesson. All right, if you are given four answer choices and you do not know any of the words there, let's say there is a complex text with four difficult words as answer choices, and you do not know any of them. What you do is you will try to guess, right? And when guessing, try to find two words that mean the opposite. We need to find, while guessing, we need to find two antonyms, all right? And usually, one of those antonyms is the answer. This is not a rule, this is not something very, this is not something that is fact, but this is some kind of unofficial rule that you will realize after practicing for a long time, right? If you see two opposite meaning words, for example, bad and good, one of them is highly likely the correct answer. So that was the lesson, guys. We learned only one type of such questions, and tomorrow we will learn the second type. And I will send you these questions as homework. Try to not use Google and try to learn the vocabulary also. I think that by practicing, if you by practicing like 50 or 30 such questions, you will step by step get better at solving such questions. See you guys. Thank you for your attention. Let me know your thoughts about the lesson in the comment section, by the way.